recording. So I'm so happy we're doing this. I know host to post have been such a big game changer for me and my team this month. So I am just so pumped to see what these girls have to say. And I know if you haven't been doing host to post, please listen to this and start doing them. Host to post are something I never really wanted to do just because I was like, they don't work for me. But once I started actually doing them more consistently, they have been working so well for me. So Ashley, if you want to go ahead and start, I'm just going down my little list here. You should be able to unmute yourself, but if you just want to give us a quick little bit of your story and then just hop right into your tips, that would be awesome.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much for having me. I I messaged you. I was like, do we have a guideline for this? But it's okay. It's all over the place, but that's fine. So my name is Ashley Pflueger. I'm a triple diamond. I just actually celebrated my 5-year anniversary about, I think it was 2 weeks ago. And like I said, I've started this business 5 years ago. I had just dropped out of college. Only job I ever had was working at a sandwich shop. And now I'm a triple diamond. My husband and I were able to buy our first house, able to purchase my dream car. We paid off over $12,000 worth of debt. And now I'm also able to stay home with my daughter, which is so awesome. It's nothing that I ever thought that I wanted. And, I joined this because I just wanted to be able to make an extra income. And I never thought that I wanted to be a stay-at-home or work from home mom. And it's just crazy how over the years your why will change. So just a few things that are working for me with host to post. And I know you're probably going to hear a lot of things that are repetitive, but we're saying these things because they are working. And just like Chyann was saying, I was kind of against host to post whenever I first started too. And I've always been that person who's kind of gone back and forth with it. But what I have noticed just over the past few months is just sticking with it. And that's when you will see those results. So what I'm doing right now is I am doing the Thermopite X host to post. And it's just the testers needed, whatever. I can put in the chat whenever I'm talking. And basically what I'm doing is I'm not having them tag me in the host to post. I'm not even liking it. I just automatically, whenever they tell me they post it, I go and I save it to my collections on Facebook. And then I've also been doing, so this is kind of like a tracker, and that Zoom, that was probably about a month ago. Tracy, she said that she does a tracker. And so then one of my distributors, Gabby, she actually made this, and we kind of tweaked it a little bit. But every single day I print this out. And so each box represents someone posting for me. So every single day I have 10 people post for me. So you're going to hear that too. People are going to say, find your number and figure that out. So how many people do you want to post for you? If 10 seems like a lot, start with 5. Just find a number that works for you and go from there. So I'm doing 10 a day, if not more. So I have 6 people post about the product, and then I have 2 people post about the potential distributor. So you can ask your upline about a potential distributor host to post, but that works really well. I've signed 3 distributors this month, and they've all been from potential distributor host to post on Facebook. And I've done them on Instagram too, but Facebook is really working right now. If you guys have questions about that, you can message me too. And then I have 2 people post about my giveaway, so that I'm not continuing to post about my giveaway constantly, because if you're posting about your giveaway every other day or multiple times a week, people are all this girl does is giveaway stuff, so you want to just think smarter and not harder, and have people post your giveaway for you. So that's really what's been working for me. Not liking them, not having people tag me in them, and then having this tracker. So just to kind of look at it a little bit more, I haven't written down the potentials for each one, but these are the people who have posted for me. And then 1 through 7 or 1 through 8 are the potentials from that. So just kind of keeping track of people every single day. And then I write down how many customers I've signed each day from it. Last month I signed 45 loyal customers, and they were all from host to post. This month I've signed 9, but I know that, it's duplicatable. So it's not just me, my newbies are doing it too. So I think that that's what I love about host to post, that it is duplicatable for newbies. And I mean, one of my new girls has been in for 2 weeks, and she signed 15 loyal customers from it. And that's all she's doing. So that is what works for me. So hopefully that was helpful. And yeah.
I freaking love that. Also, please send me that tracker right now. I love trackers, but that is so awesome. I love that. Yeah. So you said that you just don't tag them, but you just you don't comment, you don't tag, you just have them post it and then save it to a collection.
Yeah. So I don't even like it. And I know that a lot of people will be like, oh, I like it, and I comment and I post before and after pictures, but I don't do anything. There were a time where I didn't even save it because I was so freaked out by just the algorithm. I don't even know why I was overthinking that. And I just because I don't like it doesn't mean I don't appreciate it. Even after I've told them thank you 3 times, I literally am I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Because I'm not going to like it. Even if they say they went and posted, I'm not going to go like the comment or the post.
Okay, perfect. That's awesome. Yeah, I love that. Also, if anyone has any questions for any of us as we go through this, just put them in the chat and I'll make sure and write them down. So Taryn, I think I saw your name on here. If you want to go ahead and mute yourself and then just again just share your story and then just some of your tips, we can just kind of go from there.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me on. I'm super excited to share with you guys. So I have been with It Works right at 5 years. March 5th, it was 5 years. So this business has been so incredible for us. When I first got started, I was working 2 jobs, one full-time as a social worker, one part-time waitressing nights and weekends. And my son was 8, and literally for his entire life, I had always worked 2 or 3 jobs. And so I was never home at night to put him to bed, to have dinner with him, help with homework. It was really tough to go to any school events, sporting events. And so I just knew something had to change, and It Works kind of popped up, and I just gave it a shot to see what would happen. Within 6 weeks, I had replaced that second job. And so for the first time in 8 years, for my son's entire life, I was able to be home every single night and be home on the weekends. And then, in September of 2018, I actually was able to retire myself from being a social worker. So I've been a full-time work at home mom ever since. And it's great because 2 months after that, I got pregnant, which is amazing. And so now with my little girl, with my son, I was never there for anything. With my little girl, I have not missed anything with her. And it's just been so incredible. I think the longest I've spent away from her is like 5 hours to do a pop-up. So the business has just been such a blessing for us. My husband has an account too, and between the 2 of us, we've earned, I think, close to $70,000 in bonuses, and it's just been absolutely life-changing. So that's just a really quick story, but let's talk about Host to Post, because I know that's what we are all wanting to hear. So first off, you guys, I cannot reiterate enough, you have to do Host to Post. I don't care if you think it's not working. If you think it's not working, you're just not doing enough. Like, bottom line, I'm going to be real with you guys. If it's not working, you're not putting enough Host to Post up. So in January, I don't even know what month it is, you guys. In January, I signed 61 customers from Host to Post. And then in February, I believe it was just short of 50. And this month we're at, I think, 14. But again, it's just like Ashley said, like, it's duplicatable. And so what I've been doing is bringing my new DTs in and starting them right off the bat with Host to Post. So when they get started, first thing I have them do is make a list of 5 to 10 people that they think would do anything for them. And instead of messaging them, asking them to try a product, they're messaging them, asking them to put a post on their wall. And that's been going really well. And what's so great about it is you're going to help your new DTs anyways. So you might as well just take that couple extra steps and help them learn Host to Post, because now they're just taking off. They're getting their 6 loyals within their first week or 2. And then after that, they're just taking off and doing their own thing because they already know what Host to Post is. So for me personally, I do just Thermofite X, but Ashley, I really like what you had to say about the 6, 2, and 2. And I'm probably going to start to kind of try that one out, because I generally try and get 8 to 10 up every day. And just like Ashley said, you're going to find that number that works for you. But I find that, and sometimes it's not that much. The other day I did 5 because all 5 took off, and I was like, I can't do more than 5 today. So you have to find that number that works for you. I post about our giveaway 1 or 2 times a week, and generally I can get enough comments off of that to keep me busy all week. But if not, then I message people. And I know Chyann had asked for some verbiage, so I'll give it to you guys. And then when I'm done talking, I'll put it in the chat for you guys also. So if they comment on my post, I say, hey, here's what you do to nab an entry for the giveaway. Just copy and paste the next message I send as a post onto your wall. All you have to do is post it. I will take care of the rest. It's super simple. For our team, we give 1 entry for posting and then 1 for every customer they sign. So it says you get 1 entry for posting. For every customer I might send up from your post, you get another entry. Sound good? And then as soon as I send that, I have all this in text replacement, you guys. So it literally takes 2 seconds to do. Then I send them, the post I use is, if you could take 1 tablet at breakfast and 1 at lunch for the next 90 days and lose 30 pounds, would you do it? My friend Taryn needs 5 product testers who want to do that by June. And so I will just send both of those. And then usually they'll let you know that they posted it, but every now and then I've noticed I'll be like interacting on my newsfeed, and all of a sudden I see the Host to Post, and I'm like, oh dang, I didn't know they posted for me. So just try and make sure you go back and check and see if they posted. And then same thing, I save it to collections. One of my girls actually started doing this, and it's, guys, it's like a game changer for you. When you have someone post for you, no matter what it is, I'm sure that we all kind of have our first initial script that we send, whether it's for a product or business or them posting for you. So when they post for me personally, I go add the person that commented on the post as a friend before I message them. And so I'll go add them as a friend, and then reply to their comment and say, hey, I sent you a friend request. Once you accept it, I'll send you a message with all the info. The reason I do that is because if you send a message without being friends, it goes to their other inbox, and a lot of times they don't find it. But what I've been doing is when I go to add them as a friend, it takes one extra second. I click message, and then I input what I would normally send. I just don't send it. So it's already in the message box. It's just not sent. And then when they accept the friend request, you get that notification that someone accepted your friend request. Then I go hit message. And if that message is pre-done in there, I know that they were from Host to Post and that they were wanting Thermofite X. And then it's just a quick click of send. It saves so much time. It was like such a game changer. So that's been super helpful for us as well. If things are kind of slow and like my posts for giveaway aren't getting a whole lot of traction, then I do message people asking them to post. For me personally, I've just started doing it from earliest to latest. You know how you can go to your friends list and like organize it earliest to latest. So I just go earliest to latest. And then I send, hi, I wanted to let you know I'm having an awesome giveaway this month for blank. I wanted to offer you an opportunity for a free entry to win by throwing up a post on your wall for me if you're up for it. That's it. And then if they say yes, then I send them that same TFX post. Like I said, I've been doing that for months, and it's totally worked for me. I don't want them to tag me. I ask them not to tag me. But if they do, I don't go remove the tag. If you are utilizing saving them to collections, which I highly, highly recommend, you want to make sure that you're still writing them down. I still write them down pen and paper, because sometimes people will post and then they might delete it a couple days later, or they'll delete it after you do the drawing. And then if you didn't write down the names of the people that commented on it, it makes it really hard to go back and do your follow-up. So just take the 5 extra seconds to write down the names of people who commented on it. I think that's it. Do you have any questions or anything? I think I covered everything.
No, I am loving this. These are so many like new things that I would have never thought to do. This is awesome. So, do you have them tag you, or do you do the same as Ashley and just save it to a collection?
I just save it to a collection. If they tag me, then I just let it be. Like, you know how you can like untag yourself? I don't untag myself, but if I ask them not to tag me, but people don't always listen.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's awesome. Oh, I'm loving this. This is so cool. I've just been doing it to where they tag me and then I comment a before and after, and I just kind of leave it at that. And like you said, like there'll be some that have like 100 comments and then like some just don't get anything. So I love that. I'm definitely gonna have to try that. Yeah, I'm loving this. But yeah, I think that was everything. So I appreciate those so much. Those were awesome. Okay, so sorry, I'm going through my list here. Ashton, if you can unmute yourself, and same thing, you're just going to share a little bit of your story and then share your tips, and that would be awesome.
Hey guys, can y'all hear me okay? My signal's kind of bad. Okay, so I am Ashton Owen. I am currently Emerald, but we're going Diamond in the next couple of days. I have been in the business since January 2nd, and this is my second time in the business. So the first time I was not successful. I mean, I was, but I wasn't all at the same time, not where I wanted to be. I did not believe in host to post. That was back when host to posts were just a thing. Like everyone just started doing it, and I did not believe in it. I was like, this is the craziest thing like I've ever heard in my life. And honestly, that's probably why I wasn't successful. So I have grown super quick this go around in the business, and I've always loved our company. I've always loved the products. I've been a customer even when I wasn't a distributor. But this time around, I'm like, okay, I'm doing all the things because I want this to work, and I'm just going to listen and do what my upline tells me to do. So I'm probably going to repeat myself, or not repeat myself, but repeat what was already said, because I basically do the exact same thing that they've already told you. I do have all my notes that I'm going to post in the chat. Let me go ahead and send that so I don't forget, and that way y'all can save them. Oh gosh, hold on. So I do the same host post that they do. The testers needed who would take one. If you could take one tablet at breakfast and one at lunch for the next 90 days and lose up to 30 pounds, would you do it? I use that every single time. Like, I don't change it up. I don't do nothing. That's the exact same one. The only difference between what they've said is I have them tag me in the post. I don't comment on it, but I do have them tag me. And whenever they tag me, I have my profile set to where I have to approve any post to show up on my wall. So I don't approve or deny those. So I can still go back and like scroll down and go through every single host post that anyone's ever made for me. That's all right there in my request folder on my profile. That's what I do. How I get out host to post is I do a host to post bait post. I'm not going to read it off because all of my notes are pretty long, and I'm just going to post them in the chat right now so you can kind of follow along with what I'm saying. Well, that's not how I wanted it to send, but it's fine. I'll fix it later. I'll send it in the chat so your upline can send it to you. So I do a host to post bait post, and that post looks like drop a pic of your fur baby below to be entered to win $150 cash. And anyone who comments on that, I'm going to send this. And then if they say yes, then I'm going to send them the host to post. If they've already made the host to post for me about the TFX, then I send the one that says, sorry, I forget what they say. That says, I partnered up with my friend, in my case, they would say Ashton, and we're giving away $50 to 3 people on Friday. Drop your favorite, whatever, to be entered. So I get them to post that if they have already posted the tester post. I don't really skip around with my posts, so I don't do like a couple product and a couple distributors, and like I do set. If they made a TFX host to post, then I do the giveaway. If they've done the giveaway, then I may go to a distributor, but I don't really do host to post for distributors. Not sure why, I just don't. And then the host to post message, I only message for host to post. I don't really message for product testers. Yeah, I don't know, that was all over the place, and I'm like all in my head right now. So that's pretty much it. I mean, pretty much everything that they've already said. So I hope that helps.
You're totally fine. These are so awesome. Also, for everyone, I am taking, like, I've copied and pasted into my notes all of these messages, and I'm going to be sending, like, everyone on here, like, a copy of that. And then if you're on Shay's team, it'll be posted in the Bosch Tribe page. But so everyone will have all these messages as well. But I am loving this. This is so awesome. So I did have a question for you, Ashton. I think you said this, I just like didn't hear it. So do you have like a flow of how you do host to post, as in like product, distributor, giveaway, or did I miss that part?
So I always do the TFX host to post. Okay. If they have already done that, then I'll have them post about the giveaway. And if they've already done both of those, then I'll come up with the distributor host to post. But I don't really like skip around. I try to get out between 10 to 30 host to posts a day. And I haven't not been in that range so far. But I feel like with me, I want everything to be like a system as much as possible. And when I'm skipping around, it like stresses me out and I don't know what to do with myself. So I try to just stick with what works for me. Everyone else is different. But I don't know, with like distributors and stuff, host to post are great, but with my girls, like I really want to have like that connection with them, and I want them to want this just as much as I do. So if I'm getting a distributor from a host to post, they don't know me. They haven't watched me and they don't know like really even what it is. They're just doing it to do it. And I get that. That's amazing. And I'm glad that they like took the faith and had faith and did that. But it's always better for me and for them if we already kind of know each other or have like a bonding situation. In the process of that. So that's why I don't really do host to post for distributors, but it's not a bad thing. Like I said, if that works for you, great. It's just, that doesn't really work for me. So
I understand that. That's awesome. Yeah, I love that. These are just such good tips. Okay, Layla, if you were on here, I'm trying to find your name. You also should be able to unmute yourself. Same thing. I just want you to say a little quick bit of your story and then just go into your tips.
Hi everyone, I'm Layla. I am now a stay-at-home mom because of It Works, so that's super exciting. I don't have like a huge backstory. I'm a Ruby, almost an Emerald and pushing for Diamond at the end of this month. Definitely join the Host to Post giveaway every month. That's how I get most of my Host to Post up, because people always want money, free money. So I actually do post about the Host to Post giveaway about 3 times a week, and I keep them super, super simple. So I like to ask people, like, I don't like doing, okay, so, sorry, I'm super nervous. Okay, so I keep it super simple. So I'll ask them to post their favorite color or post like their favorite emoji. I try not to do like kid ones because that excludes people that don't have kids. And I don't try to do like big questions like, oh, what are you going to do this weekend? Because then people have big elaborate things and then people get nervous because it's too many words. So I try to do like one question answers, and something that everyone can answer, and people love talking about themselves. So I always try to do stuff that involves like them giving what they would like. So if I do the Thermofy X Host to Post like everyone else, the models needed, and then so I do that one every month, and that's like a big one. If they've already done that for me, I do Host to Post for people to join my business. If someone has done the Host to Post to buy the Thermofy X and they say that they can't afford it, then I offer them to do the Host to Post for me because there's free cash, and they didn't have cash. And then I also offer them to possibly join the business. I'm like, hey, have you thought about working from your phone? A little bit extra income. So that's something that I do as well. I do have people tag me in the post, and then once they tag me, I do post a before and after every single time. So those are some things that I do. Also, if I find this a lot, if someone comments on a Host to Post and I give them the information, if they leave me on read, but then they comment on one of my Host to Post giveaways, I'll go back to them and I ask them to post whatever. So if they commented on a Thermofy S or Thermofy X, if I tell them to post a Thermofy X for me, because sometimes they get distracted and they forget to reply to me, or sometimes they'll post it for me and they'll see that their friends are interested and then they want to buy because their friends are interested. They're like, oh, I could do this with my friend, and then they buy from me. So that's something that I do. And then, so another way to get people to post for me is I also, okay, so if you scroll through Facebooks, people that have like 30 or more likes, I always ask them to post for me because they have a lot of interaction already, especially people that are in like the hundreds. Always, like instantly, like I'll message them. Or like, so some people like they'll get engaged or like their kid's birthday or something, I'll go the next day and I'll ask them to post for me because they have a huge interaction from the day before, so they're going to get a lot of like people to see it. Sorry, I have notes. If you're not getting a lot of interaction, something that I do is I have a lot of moms on my page because I'm a mom. Something that I do is I'll post for people to add pictures of their kids, and then the next day or that night I'll post for the giveaway because I've had a lot of interaction. something else that we do as a team is we'll ask for people in our team to go comment on it. So it builds the comments, and so then other people will see it. And then definitely add people every day. Sometimes I forget to do this because there's so many people and you're so busy, but make sure at night that you're adding new people every single day, and make sure that you're adding people that have things in common with you, not just random people. So people that are going to stick around, people that are going to add like interaction to post when you ask them to post pictures of their kids, not like just like random people that you're like, well, they're not going to comment on your stuff because they don't know you. But I think that's it.
I love that. I love what you said about keeping the answers, like your bait posts that you're doing, basically like keeping those simple, because like I just typically do like comment your favorite color, like favorite season, because like I've always wanted to like just like keep it simple like that, but I've seen other people do like what's your weekend like, and I'm like, I don't want to comment on that, because like what if I'm like traveling to 6 different states, you know? Like you just have to keep it simple, and like I love that. That is so genius. And I also love what you said about like have them posting about the product that they wanted, because there have been so many people that have like commented on my host post, and I'm like, oh, so like you want to win free product but you don't want to buy from me, like that do that, and it always makes me so mad. But like getting them to post about that is literally genius. I love that. Also, I think you may have said this, do you message for host to post at all, or do you just do those 3 posts a week and keep it at that?
Sometimes I do. Lately, I've been having a lot of interaction. Like I think one of my giveaway posts had like 89 people, and I think I got 40 host to post up that day. It was crazy. So I typically just do that. I mean, I do ask. So if someone says they don't want a product, then I instantly ask them to host a post for me. And then if they're not interested in our products, or they've tried it before and they don't like it, then I ask for like the distributor one.
Okay, perfect. That's awesome. I love those tips so much. Those are so awesome. So going off of that, some things that I wanted to add that I do for host to post that no one has mentioned yet, just to kind of throw in like these tips as well. Also, the other thing I wanted to say is if you're on Shay's team, I'm sure other teams do this too, but you guys utilize this giveaway that we're doing. Like I'm not sure what the exact number is right now, but I know it's 3 people winning $50 every single Friday. And then I know, like, for example, last month we had 12 people win $50. And like that, like always talking about that type, like posting about that has always gotten me like so many comments just for like utilizing it and everything. But going off of that, I typically do a majority of my host to post on Instagram, and I have them do like distributor type of host to post. So what I do, I'm going to go ahead and share these in the chat, but I use this as a follow-up to people that I've messaged, but like about the products, and they just like hadn't responded to me. That's what I send to them. It's just like super straightforward, but that's honestly like how I talk as well. So it's just like super straightforward. Like I know you might not be interested in my product, but y'all can read it. Y'all see what it says. But that works super well for me. I think I came up with that in like August-ish, whenever I started doing like distributor host to post, and it's just been working super, super well for me. So then I just send them this. And it's just, thanks so much, you're so sweet, throw this next picture up on your story and tag me in it. And I can share this, but I know if you are in Shay's team and her team page, she has like so many of these that we have already posted. But this is what my picture looks like. It just says like, my friend Chyann is looking for like people who like want to make some extra income. That picture is actually the picture that my Instagram like profile picture is. And there's also a picture of my Instagram on here, so people can see like exactly what it looks like, just so they like know that I'm the right person they're talking to. Because down here in the bottom, I have them tag me personally. That's what I do, just because I'm trying to think of like, if I was looking at that and like if I was interested and I had to memorize someone's phone number to then text them, I wouldn't remember their phone number. That's just because that's just how I am. So what I'm doing is like, I just have them tag me. So literally all they have to do, click the name, send work or 2020, whatever that message is, and then just send it to me. So that's personally how I've been doing them for Instagram stories, at least. That's been working really well for me. I honestly haven't been utilizing that aspect of it this month, just because I've been so focused on customers, but I know for August all the way through February, I signed over 15 distributors every single month, and majority of them were all from Host to Post. So that works super well for me. And then something else that I do, I keep like a little tracker on my iPad, because that's where I have all my notes and stuff, of who actually does the Host to Post for me. And then I send them this message. Like maybe like a week or two after they've done the actual post for me. I do that on both Facebook and Instagram. I don't like wait a week, wait 2 weeks or anything like that. I just kind of do it whenever I like need people to message, and like I've just like done everything else basically. So that also works super well for me to get people interested. Yeah, I do. So let's see, do you message people who like the Host to Post? I will do that. I don't have like a text replacement from that, but I know one, it said like, hey Becky, like I saw your love on Sarah's post. Would it be all right if I sent like the product info over to you, or just something like that, just so I can like message them as well? Because I know some people like they aren't going to like comment on the Host to Post, and like that's why I personally have people, I have them tag me. I also do the same TFX Host to Post that they were using, and I just have them tag me. I go and comment a before and after, or my personal before and after picture on it, and then just kind of do it like that. And I have some people that say like, hey, like I didn't want to comment on this post, but I'm super interested, because like I said, some people just like aren't going to comment on the post, but they are interested, you know what I mean? So that's what I do it. And the tracker, so Katie, for the tracker, the one that Ashley had, she sent me a picture of it, and I'm going to be sharing that around to everyone. And then if you're on Shay's team, it'll be posted later tonight. See, what do you send to message for distributors? Do you mean like once like someone does a distributor Host post and they say that they're interested, like that part of the conversation? I just want to make sure I answer your question right. And then honestly, Kelsey, I have a lot of people that do that too. Like they comment on every single post. I just keep sending different Host to Post, or I keep sending Host to Post. Like I just send the TFX one every single time. I am going to start utilizing different like product ones, and then a distributor one, and like a giveaway one, just because. But I had one girl actually who did like 6 different Host to Posts for me a month. And I like went back to it and I was like, hey girl, you're already entered into this giveaway, just because I was like, you've like literally done a post for me like 4 times this week. And I honestly kind of felt bad, but I was just like, oh my gosh, like sis, it's okay. What is the Host?
Yeah, can I say something?
Oh yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
Whenever I have someone who like does that and literally makes like a post every single day for me because they keep commenting on my stuff, I always turn it around and was like, you know, you're literally doing what I'm doing like every single day. Like, why do this if you're not going to get paid for it? Like, you could do this with me.
That
I can
is
show you how it works.
so smart. I honestly never thought to do that. I'm actually going to go message her because I memorized her name for how much she comments on my Host to Post.
Yeah, so just turn it around, because she's literally doing what we do. So yeah. Why not?
That's genius.
She's losing money. That could be her customers.
Yeah, that is so smart. And also to go back, what do you have your nudie tees do to get your first 6 LCs? So I believe Taryn gave the tip that she has her nudie tees focus on Host to Post first. So Taryn, if you want to like give some insight on that, I personally haven't done that, but I am definitely going to start.
Yeah, for sure. Give me 1 second to find the verbiage that I have them send. I'll just say it. I mean, it's pretty easy. So when I have my newbies get started, the very first thing I tell them to do is write a list of 5 to 10 people that would do anything for them. And so then I say, okay, let me know when you have the list made. They come back. They don't always have 10, and that's fine. And I always let them know it's fine to not have 10. I didn't have a lot of friends when I started this, so I wouldn't have been able to come up with 10 either. So then I say, okay, we're going to message them this. I want you to just copy and paste this to them. And then when they respond, take a screenshot and send it to me. And so it basically just says, hey, so-and-so, I'm super excited. I just started a new business. And then I add a little humor to it and put in parentheses, don't worry, I'm not asking you to buy anything, LOL. And then I just say, we're doing a giveaway this month for, and then whatever our giveaway is, I can offer you a free entry if you would be willing to throw up a post on your wall for me. It would mean the world to me. Is that something that you could do? And then I'm always straight up honest with my newbies. When they start sending them out, I say, okay, I'm going to tell you probably half of them are going to ignore you and 25% are going to say yes. So just be prepared for that. And if you give them those numbers, if it's more than that, then they're super stoked. But if not, it's okay. So if they have a list of 10, even if they only have 4 say yes, think of if each of those 4 got 5 comments, that's 20 people that your newbie's going to talk to. And we all know we can throw a post up on our wall and it can be a dud and not do anything. And so when they're new, if they put a post up on their wall and it doesn't do anything, that can be super discouraging for the newbie. But if they have 5 different people posting for them, and each of them is getting at least a couple of comments, it gives them a lot of people to talk to. And generally they'll end the day with 1 or 2 people enrolling. And I have them do the same thing. They do TFX just like I do. And then from there, I'll just have them, like I said, it takes a little bit more work because when the people respond back and say yes, that they will, they send me a screenshot, then I type up, okay, here's what you're going to say next. And we go back and forth with screenshots and everything. But then once they do that, then a couple days later, I have them post about the giveaway on their wall. And then they go through the giveaway and, that giveaway post, and they message those people with the script that I sent in here a little bit ago. And then they just go through and have those people host a post for them. But by that point, they're fairly confident in what they're doing. And I'm not having to spend a whole lot of time helping them through it. So it's super time consuming, like their first day or 2. But then after that, it's so much less work for you. And then I did want to add, I forgot the one thing, I'll throw this in real quick. When I have people doing host to post for me, if they get 2 or more comments on the post, I always message them and act like it's the biggest thing ever to happen. And I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, your post is blowing up. I have to ask, have you ever thought about doing this with me and making some extra money from your phone? Obviously, you'd be super successful at it. And I can't tell you how many DTs I've enrolled through host to post from that. And a lot of times I get back either, yeah, I thought of it, but I didn't think I would be successful at it. But then, they get excited because they see people commenting, or they said, well, I never thought about it until I started seeing all these people commenting. So that's just a way that you can bring in DTs from doing product host to post as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. I never thought to go back and actually message them. I always just kind of I would eventually message them, but messaging them right away saying girl, you need to do this with me. That is seriously so smart. I love that.
Especially if you're enrolling customers off of it, because then, I'll tell them, I have 2 people who are enrolling tonight as customers and they could be yours if you get started tonight. And then it kind of puts a little pressure on them to make a decision.
Yeah, trying to say hey, that's you're almost halfway there for your shopping spree. What the heck?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's genius. I love that. Let's see, there was a question in the chat that okay. Someone asked, what if someone comments on a host to post but isn't clear if they want more information? I kind of have a tip I want to give on this, but if anyone has something they can add to that, please go ahead. For me, I don't really have people ever say no on the post. Typically if they comment on it, they are going to want information. But I have had some people that have unsupportive family and they're just are you in one of those pyramid schemes? And I just will message the person that did the host post and I'm like, hey, could you just go delete that? It doesn't look good on the post. And they're like, yeah, sorry about that. But that's kind of how I handle that. But I really don't ever have people that say no, I don't want any info or something like that. People typically don't waste their time, but I don't know if any of you guys have any other tips you want to add on to that, but that's just kind of what I do really. Yeah, I never respond to those comments. I just kind of don't ever say anything, or if they're bad, I just ask them to be removed. But yeah, so if anyone has any more questions, please go ahead and throw them in the chat while we have these awesome ladies on here. I'm trying to think. I don't really have any more tips. I can just say that you heard basically the same thing from everyone, and I want you guys to know that success leaves clues. We all say basically the same tips because this is what's working. Layla, did you have something you wanted to add?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, I saw you muted yourself, so I was wait a second.
Something that people do is if you post about, or if you have someone post about the Thermofy X for you, a lot of people comment only if it's free. I still message these people the script because a lot of people after I do that, they thought it was free, but they'll see it for $36 and they're like, oh, I can do that. And they'll still do it. So even if they're asking if it's free, don't ignore those messages because it's something that like you could still get them to buy. And also pay attention to the likes because not all of the people are confident enough to like comment. They might like it. So pay attention to that too.
Yeah, I totally agree to that. I have so many people that are like, I don't really want to comment, but like, blah, blah, blah. But I love what you said about like messaging them even if they say it's free. Because I end up like, I always message them, but I'm always like, yeah, it's $36. So I'm like, but like typically a lot of people are like, oh yeah, like that's awesome. Just because it is like only $36. I'm trying to think, but yeah, if anyone has any more questions, please throw them in the chat. This will be up on Shay's YouTube. Her name is Chyann. I spelled her name wrong. That's her name. This will be up on her YouTube. But yeah, this was super awesome. I'm so excited for all of these tips. And also another thing I wanted to add, because I know this was for me, this is something I struggled with. Like host to post are honestly what got me to double September of 2018. And I kid you not, they did not work for me until August of 2019. And it was just like a total mindset thing where I was like, the host to post like don't work. No, this person was not working. That's why they weren't working. So if you are like having an issue with like host to post working, literally just change your mindset. Like I hate to be like that, but like that was probably why they aren't working because you are saying that they aren't working. I think I do probably about like 100 host to post a month. And yeah, some of them are going to get 100 comments on it. And that is how I'm signing majority of my customers. But I do have some that don't get any comments, but that's okay. Like you're still getting the word out there and everything. And like everyone who likes it, I still go and friend them. So you're already growing your market with all of these people. So they are going to be like interested eventually. And yeah, that's like my last biggest tip on that. But if anyone has any other tips they want to share real quick, please unmute yourself and share. If not, we will stop this recording and then continue from that because this was awesome. And I'm just super excited to go for your. Oh wait, someone had a question. Could you go ruby to diamond this month? Oh yeah, totally. And then Taryn also said, I went ruby to diamond in 3 weeks. I think you have like around 3 weeks left of this month, right? Yeah, 3 weeks and like 2 days. So heck yeah, do it. Everyone go diamond by the end of this month. That would be awesome. Earn a bonus and everything. So yeah, this was so awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.